You know, I've already discussed this topic before. I found recently a couple lengthy threads over on Diaper Review. You know what website I'm talking about. It's where all the stupid people hang out. People complaining about this lens. Hey, the 100-400mm Fujifilm. Now, there is a small failing on the part of Fujifilm, and it's not with the equipment. It's from lack of information. User manuals are not that descriptive by Fujifilm, even though they've become a lot better. Now, the default mode is ISO mode 1. Excuse me, ISO. I meant IS mode. Image stabilization mode 1. If you actually go into your camera, hit the menu button, and it's under shooting setting, and you'll see IS mode. Now, 1 is continuous. That means it's always on. Somebody would be like, yeah, I like the way that looks. You know, as soon as I press the shutter release button halfway, everything is locked into place. Now, see, now people are complaining about thinking that this lens is bad, okay? Now, it does have an optical image stabilization switch, which generally you should keep on, unless it's on a tripod. Whew. The mistake that people are making is that they're not, this is where you should read your owner's manual. However, in this case, even if you read your owner's manual, you're kind of crap out of luck still, because Fujifilm doesn't really tell you. IS mode 1, where it's continuous, really only be using that for less than 1/30th of a second. Okay? Means someplace nice and dark and dank. IS mode 2 only engages once you start to press the shutter release button. Now you think like, well, image stabilization stabilizes the image. Sometimes it does just the opposite. This is not my opinion. This is hardcore fact. Many people have written about this fact, and it's not unique to Fujifilm. Image stabilization can actually induce shake. Okay? You understand that? So, if it is bright and sunny at all and you're above, you're 1/30th of a second or above, choose IS mode 2. Okay? So, faster is IS mode 2. Slow shutter speed, IS mode 1. That's below 1. Really, I found that it's only helpful below 1/30th of a second. If you have really crappy hand-holding techniques, you could just say 1/30th of a second or lower. So the issue that people are having is that they're outdoors shooting a picture of the speckle-breasted woodpecker up there in the tree. Say it's dusk or something, some sort of crap like that. And they're shooting at 1/60th of a second, 1/4th of a second. And they're in IS mode 1, which is default mode from Fujifilm on the X-T2. No dice. Stick it in IS mode 2. This is a case where image stabilization is actually causing shake. If you switch it, you'll notice, oh my god, everything's cleared up. There was a long thread over on Diaper Review recently. Someone was complaining about this lens. And nobody had even thought to mention to tell the person that that was the cause of their issue. It's like, this lens must suck. It's just so fuzzy. I've got image stabilization on. Well, it's like, well, isn't that wonderful? Isn't that special? The only problem was is you had it shooting above 1/30th of a second, and you had it in default IS mode 1. And it should not have been there. So this will fix your problem. It's not just for this lens. It's any Fujifilm lens, 1855, blah, blah, blah. Any Fujifilm lens with image stabilization. There's a little switch on the side of your Fujifilm lens, not on all of them, obviously. It says OIS. It's turned on, but you also need to know what I keep saying ISO, which IS mode to engage on your camera. Okay? Can we remember that, please? IS mode 1, 1/30th of a second and below. Any sort of normal shooting, 1/30th of a second and higher, faster, higher, faster, same thing. IS mode 2. Okay? Now, I know you and everybody else loves the look of IS mode 1, because once you press the shutter release button halfway, everything is wham. It's locked into place. It's stabilized. It's like, well, this is stabilized, but in IS mode 2, if you press the shutter release button halfway, things are still jittery, you know, jumping from your shake, right? You think, well, counterintuitively, you would think, well, IS mode 1 is engaged halfway on pressing the shutter release button. Yeah, not only is it using more power, you think it's more stable because before you take the picture, the image looks more stable. But when you actually take the picture, just the opposite will happen if you're at faster shutter speeds. This is a case where image stabilization is causing shake instead of eliminating it. Did I make that abundantly clear? I hope I did. Thank you so much for watching this video. Drop me a buck or two. Tell me to jump off a cliff, whatever makes you happy, whatever toots your horn, whatever tickles your pickle. Adios, hasta luego, dos vidania, aloha, and see you later, and all that crap. Okay? Bye. Bum ba-dum bum. Ba-dum ba-dum bum bum. Ba-da-da-dum bum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum.